Hi and welcome. It's time for a hammock hike with some goodies. The wind is promising to pick up, so it might be exciting tonight. So, let's get going. Hi and welcome. It's time for a hike, and this might be the last hike of summer, you can say, even if it's the last of September today and tomorrow it's October. The weather is still pretty much summery. We have better weather now than we had in mid-July, so the sun is out. It's a bit cloudy. The biggest problem today is that it's very windy. I think we have 20 meters per second in the gusts and about 10 steadily, but I got up in a little nook or a cranny, or it's not really a valley, but like a little pit, so it's somewhat sheltered here, and I'm gonna hang my hammock because I haven't done that this year, so I think it's about time. And hopefully the wind will die down during the night, at least the forecast says so. So the gusts tomorrow will be 8 meters per second, and it's a bit better. But for now, you just have to live with the wind. Well, I'm gonna start up with putting up my hammock and brewing up a coffee. We have no downpour in the forecast, but I will fly the tarp anyway. If nothing else, so for practice, and maybe keep out some of the wind tonight, because that will chill me down probably. Well, time to get going. There, it's almost done, I must say. The tarp is up. I fixed the hammock and my sleeping pad and sleeping bag and even my pillow. So when I feel it's time to hit the sack, I'm done. And I'm all over the place. As you can see, I put my tarp in an A-frame, and I choose that setting because I want protection from the wind mainly, and I'm pretty certain there won't be any downpour tonight. If I was expecting rain, I would have chose a different setup. I would have picked a diamond, because as you can see, the hammock is almost outside the tarp on both sides. I'll move over here. Let's see. So just a little bit of side wind. So the rain is coming down from here, and my hammock will be soaking wet in no time. So if you're expecting rain, you should go for a different setup, a diamond instead. But today I'm taking my chances for dry weather, and if I get any nasty surprises, I guess I have to make another setup pretty quick, on the fly, so to say. Yeah, the wind is still blowing pretty good. I got some hours until the sun goes down. I think you can just about see it behind the trees there. And I'm actually getting kind of peckish. So I think my next step will be finding a pretty good place to put up my Trangia, where it's not blowing too much. I mean, it can handle almost anything, but for me, I like a little more shelter from the wind. So I'll move around and see what I found, and then it's time to start with dinner, and today it's Chilequila. Well, let's rock it. The old faithful Trangia 25, and as by chance I realized that my plate fits perfectly beneath the windshield. And that's a plus in my book. Couldn't have been better if I planned it. I realize I have a problem. The grip handle is at home, so I better go and get my gloves. And thankfully I will use the same gear all the time, but that's kind of a mistake you shouldn't do. Well, now there, that's better. Let's fill some more spirit. So I got for coffee as well. And today's Chilequila, and it reminds a bit about something I did not too long ago, namely shakshuka. But I think it's maybe Mexican variety, but it has some similarities, but it's not exactly the same. So But first some fire. Yep. There we go. And I will have some tortillas. And I will cut these like wedges. Like so, and so, and so. And up with the pan, and in with some oil. Put the plate there, and while the oil is getting warm, should be pretty quick, it's time to fix a red onion. How are we doing here? I think we can start. So let's put these in, and I want them golden brown on both sides. I will dice the onion. So about 3/4 of that. And let us dig in after some garlic. Should be in here somewhere. My bag of tricks. There you are. And let's flip this over like that. Splendid. As always, there's a hot spot. We just have to work around that. Yeah, we put this down in the plate and we refill with new ones. Maybe a bit more oil. Let's dice the garlic too. There. The last one's in the middle. We are getting somewhere. And it's time for the simmering. And some more oil. And let's put in the onions. We should saute them for a while until it gets soft, and I don't want any pine needles today. Maybe some other day. What's more? We have the jalapenos. And we have the lime. And I want some salt right away. Oh, look at there, even more pine needles today. Well, I guess the wind is adding extra resources to my food. And the garlic. Let's chop up the jalapenos in smaller parts. Splendid. And we put them down. And we add the tomato, just a can, straight down. And we want this to come to a simmer. And some garlic powder. And some pepper. And now it's reached the simmer. It's time to add tortilla slices. See if we can get all of them covered. So let's see why this is so familiar to shakshuka. Time to add the eggs. Make a little hole for one egg here. We make Another hole here. I think that will be a perfect spot. And now we'll let them poach until they are done like we want them. And while we are letting the eggs poach, we shall cut up some lime, because I want some lime wedges to this. Like so. And I want to have some cilantro or coriander, depending on where you come from. And then the last piece of the red onion. I think we'll call this done, as a matter of fact. Let's see if I can handle this one. Let's lift it off and put out the flames. We start there, I think. And let's add some red onion, some cilantro, and then squeeze some lime on it. And there we have it. Chilequilas. Time to dig in. And really good and really simple. Yes. And to accompany this meal, I found IPA from Stigbergets. That's a local brewery from us, and I thought the name was pretty bit fitting. It's Whispering Pines, and kind of fits the profile today. So let's see if the taste is any good. Oh yes. That's a rich IPA, just as I want it. Let's dig in again. Cheers. That was good. That Chilequila was a real hit. Really simple to do and tasted real good. I must say, you might say it's a mix between shakshuka and street tacos, taste-wise. So yeah, it's real good. And I feel I regained some of my dignity with this dish. If you saw the last time I made something to eat outdoors, that that was a massive failure. So I'm happy to prove to myself that I can actually do something good outdoors. And the wind has died down pretty much. The sun is setting. I guess we have half an hour or something before it officially sets. So I will soon make some coffee and clean up while I still have light to do it. And then I probably will sit out here if the mosquitoes aren't killing me totally, or in the hammock and make some notes, because I have this project that may or may not come into fruition. But long story short, I'm thinking of doing a podcast with pretty much the same theme as my videos. And I've started to take down notes, make some kind of manuscripts. And I'm trying to figure out what kind of form this podcast should have. If it should be audio only, or if it should be some kind of video. If I'm going to do it solo, or if I'm going to have guests. It's very much up in the air, so no solid plans. Where I can say it will be like this and it will start then. Everything is on the maybe state of planning. And I have some people that I would love to invite as guests for a podcast, even if it's audio only or video. And I have some themes I'm thinking could be interesting, but it's very loose project, so we'll see. I would love your feedback on the subject of podcasts. Do you just listen to them, or do you watch them, and what kind of podcast do you find interesting? I know my preferences, but that's me. I like new ideas, others' ideas, and spin them around and see where I end up. So, maybe an outdoor podcast is coming to fruition. It's at least on the planning stage. We'll see. But apart from the wind, it's almost a deafening silence here. I haven't heard the sound of another person for hours. And I'm close to an area here in Vettlefeld that usually is pretty busy, but today it seems to be very quiet. I've seen other persons moving around at the other side of the lake, but they have been very silent. Very silent. And you know, that's something I appreciate. Yeah, I think it's time to start doing something useful. I can see the first mosquitoes arriving. They realize that the wind has died down, and now they are prowling, they are on hunting. And I guess I am the prey, so let's get some mosquito repellent and clean up and make some coffee. Get back to you later. Now there, some Cowboy coffee. And since it's a wee bit cold, I think I will better this up with a few drops. That warms me up. So let's see, what time is it? Well, officially sunset in 10 minutes. And I guess I'm just softing for the rest of the evening until it's time to go to bed. This was nice. Well, it's dark out and the wind is picking up yet again, and time is passing and it's late, so I'm going to hit the sack now and go to sleep. Well, take care, and I'll see you in the morning again. Cheers. Good morning. I slept pretty well tonight. Was woken up by a couple of bucks that were barking in the woods. I thought it was a dog at first, but it was definitely a buck. And it seems like that wind has died down quite a bit. This promises to be a pretty beautiful day. So, let's see if I can get out of my hammock with some dignity and get the coffee rolling. Time to get the kettle boiling. And I think coffee shall be my first order of business, since it's a bit chilly now in the morning. Oh, the coffee is almost coming to boil, so it's time to prepare what else. And here I got some pancake mix. Got some bacon and some syrup and some butter. So that's breakfast. My favorite outdoor breakfast. Time to bring out the bacon. Let's bring out some more coffee. And of course maple syrup. Yes, breakfast is served. Time to get going. I must say this cutting board has proved to be practical in more ways than one. You might think that I, as a content creator, should bring something new to the table when I'm out and about, but it's hard to beat pancakes as breakfast outdoors. I must say, it's really hard. If you have any better suggestions, feel free to get them coming, but yeah, I know there's simpler ways to have breakfast, but better, I have yet to find it. I guess it's time to break camp, and since I don't have any downpour, I do it kind of backwards, so I take down the tarp first. If it was moist outside, I would took that last and keep it as a shelter for everything else, but now it's dry, so let's start with the tarp. Let's go through the campsite, and hopefully no one can see that I've been here. No left artifacts for future archaeologists. Yeah, kind of looks pretty good. There's even mushrooms left, like there. So everything that remains is to pick up the backpack and head home. And it's a bit windy, and I will appreciate it because it's also pretty warm, so that will keep my body temperature at a decent level. Yes, I'm pretty much out of the forest. The gravel path starts just on the other side of this lake, and then I'm hitting the bus and going home. But thank you for joining me this time on this kind of calm hike. Nothing much happened, and probably that's the way I like it. And if you thought that this was entertaining in some way, don't hesitate to press the thumbs up. It helps spreading the video over YouTube. And if you have any comments, feel free to let them coming. Comments about the podcast would be helpful. And if you're not a subscriber already, consider pressing that subscribe button and press the bell as well, so you get notification when I'm doing more shenanigans outdoors. But I'll catch you next time. But until then, cheers.